use something like that?
Okay, there are three forms in quadratics. Quadratics. First is the basic. It is called general form
Yeah.
or standard, same thing. Second is factored form.
Yeah.
Third is the one which we are going to talk about now, vertex form. So general form. Do you remember the general form of quadratic?
Yeah.
What is it?
Ax squared plus bx plus c.
So this is called an expression, but if you write is equal to 0, it will become equation. If you write is equal to y, it will become function. So factored form is?
Factored form would be
It's like at the end of solving factorization method, you'll get x minus something, x plus something.
Yeah.
So these somethings are roots. So this is factored form. Alpha comma beta are roots. A is equal to same a value. This a value on a. Same s.
Okay.
Same value. So coefficient of x square. X square का coefficient. Okay. So that's about factored form and general form. The main concept right now is vertex form of quadratic function. Something like this. Can you guess what is this a?
A is the vertex.
See, a value means
A is
same a. Okay.
okay.
See this a.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Same a. Same a. And what is this h comma k?
That's the vertex.
Coordinates of vertex are usually represented as h comma k. Okay. Let's say there was a quadratic whose vertex coordinates are given as -1, -3. A value is 1. Can you write the formula?
Yeah. Okay. If A is 2.
Good. Value of A is 2.
Should I just write that?
Yeah, equal to 2. A equal to 2.
And then, okay. A is equal to 2. And then, here I write the h and k coordinates.
Yeah. H comma K. See, it's almost correct. But one thing to notice is you have dropped this plus 1 by 2 as it is, right? It's just that you need to flip the sign of 1 by 2.
Okay.
It's like x minus h whole square, right?
Yeah.
So you have to flip the sign. So 1 by 2 becomes what?
-1 by 2.
So right there. Okay. That is the answer. K you have to drop it as it is. 5 by 9.
Okay.
But for h, you need to make sure that you flip the sign.
Okay.
For h, flip the sign on the formula. and for k, drop as it is. Make sense?
Yeah.
Let's say y is equal to x minus 0.09 square minus 0.009. What is the value of a vertex coordinates?
Would it be 1?
Good. A is 1. If nothing is mentioned, then it is obviously 1. Okay, next, vertex. Yeah, you can drag it here.
Okay.
And how many zeros are there here?
3. Oh, 2. One sorry.
Just one. 1 0.
Okay.
Done. So like that. Good job. So this you have to flip the sign. This you have to drop it as it is. So minus is there. Nice. So this is how we backtrack it. So far earlier we have gone from this data to this formula. Now we are testing our application. So from this formula to this data.
Yeah.
So that is about the vertex form. Now, so one more topic which is left is this quadratics as a whole. From one form to other.
Yeah.
One form to other. How many forms are there in quadratics?
3.
3, right? So one to the other. So what are they? Tell me quick.
Standard form,
Hmm.
factored form, and more vertex form.
Factored and vertex, right?
Yeah.
Form. So let us understand how do we go from general to factored, or factored to vertex, or vertex to general. Similarly, general to vertex, vertex to factored, factored to general. How do we navigate our way? What is the general process? Let us try to understand that by simple example. Let's say I take a quadratic function like this. It is in what form?
X minus, it is in factored form.
So factored means
Oh, no, it's same thing. Standard form.
standard form. Okay. So let us consider a simple example to understand how do we navigate from one form to the other. So standard form. Okay, general form or standard form, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with this general to factored.
Okay.
The first thing we learned was this actually. General to factored. See, factoring means what? You have to write it in terms of something into something.
Yeah.
Factoring, multiplication. Do you remember what was the process? How do we factor this? Factorization?
You have to remove the most likely variable. like the common number and variable in both.
Right?
I can make it negative.
See, first things first. When you are trying to factorize the general form,
-2 plus -3. But that would be
-2 and -3. So the first step is AC product. 1 into 6 is 6. So start from the smallest number, 1. When you are trying to factorize it, 1 into 6. It should be actually 1 into positive 6. Even though it is tempting that 1 into -6, it gives us -5. But actually 1 into -6 product is -6, not positive 6. So we have to reject this pair.
yeah.
So we have started from the smallest number, which is 1. Since it is not the pair which you are looking for, start from the next smallest number. After 1 it is 2. 2 times 3 is 5, but we need -5. And 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5, but we need -5. So thus we make an adjustment of assigning -2 to both. So -2 comma -3 is the pair which we are looking for. Okay. See, I'll tell you a trick. Okay. When you get -2 and -3 factors, okay, obtaining the factors is the second step. Third step is you write as it is. X -2, right? So x -2 multiplied by x -3, right? -3 is factored form. This is like a shortcut. Okay.
Okay.
This is only when a is equal to 1.
Okay. Got it.
This is only when a is equal to 1. The usual method is, this was the question. We have found -2 and -3, right?
Yeah.
What do we need to do? What do we need to use it for?
We will substitute it for the 5, so we go x squared minus 2x.
Minus 2x and
minus 6x.
minus 3 it was, if you remember.
Oh yeah, minus 3x and then plus 6.
Minus 6. Oh, plus 6, yes. Okay. Yeah, this was all y. So what to do now?
So then you would factor, so 1 second. Are we going to and then you would do
See,
x.
the hint is, whatever you get this here, x minus 2, should also reflect back here. You should get actually x minus 2 here.
Okay.
Can you guess why?
So it's the same?
When it should be the same thing. The thing is, if you take out -3 from overall. Okay. First things first. You have to deal with these two and these two separately, right?
Yeah.
So in this you can take out x. So x minus 2 it becomes. So in this, from overall thing, you have taken negative 3 common.
Yeah.
So if you take negative 3 from x, then it will become x. But if you take out negative 3 from positive 6, you're left with
What are we still left with 2? Like,
so if you take out 3 from 6,
yeah.
you'll get 2. But if you take out negative 3 from 6,
Negative 2?
negative into negative is positive 6.
Okay. Yeah.
So what should you write here?
So that should be
So this and this is same.
yeah.
See, you have taken negative 3. Negative 3, okay?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's like, let's say there is a number 6. If you take out 2 from that, what will you left with?
3.
How did you obtain this 3 though?
Because it can go into it 3 times.
It's like if you take any number from original number, it's like you're dividing 6 with 2. You're dividing this with 2. Correct?
Yeah.
So if you take 3, it will be 6 upon.
2.
See, if you are taking about 3 now, 6 upon what?
Or 6 upon 3.
Same thing. So if you take 3, you have to divide by 3, like that. So if you take some random number a, you have to divide 6 with
B.
same number a. Okay, that is what it is happening. So when you take negative 3 from 6, okay, you have to divide with what?
Negative 3.
So 6 upon negative 3 will be how much?
6 upon negative 3 would be negative. It would be negative, right?
So negative what?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. That is how you left with negative 2. Okay,
Okay.
so this is equal to negative 3 into negative 2. So that is why when you take out a negative 3 here from 6, you left with negative 2. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Clear, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what is the final answer?
X plus 3 and x minus 2.
So why is x minus 2?
Because that's how it's going to be divisible by both. And like
Both of these things, x
Yeah.
minus 2 was common, right?
common, yeah.
So if you take away x minus 2 from both, on the left you're left with x, okay? On the right you're left with
Negative 3, but you
Six.
switch that.
so it should be negative 3.
Okay.
You have to write like this, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So this is the answer. See, you got the same answer as this factored form. So I told you negative 2 and negative 3 are the factors, right? Drop it as it is.
Yeah.
So this is a shortcut. But knowing this formula is also important. That shortcut which I told you only when is valid only when a is equal to 1.
1.
A equal to 1. Yeah. So this is about going from standard to factored form.
Yeah.
So I'll write it here, some summary. AC product. You see this triad, one form to the other form heading. So AC method. I'm writing AC method. Okay. So now pick one. Which one to choose from here?
From where? Oh.
Scroll up. Yeah.
We can do factor to vertex.
Factor to vertex. Is it like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say that factor to vertex. I don't think it is in syllabus, but we'll discuss that general method at the. We'll save it for the last.
Okay.
Other one.
We can do general to vertex then.
Okay, this one, right?
Yeah.
So general to vertex. Now let's scroll down. Okay. Let's go to the next page.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so general to vertex. So general form, let's consider the previous example only. X square minus 5x plus 6. This is the general form.
Yeah.
Here to vertex. Do you remember what is the standard formula of vertex form? And how do we write the formula? General.
Y equals to a brackets x minus h squared plus k.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So our objective is, can I guess how to write this? What do we need to write this? What things do we need to write this?
We will need the so we will need we need to find okay. Do I need to solve it or can I just write it? Because
Okay, look at here. Except for x, what alphabets do you see?
A, H, and K.
A, H, and K. So let's say if I say randomly A equal to 1, H is equal to 2, K equal to 3. Is this enough? The information?
No.
See, if you plug it back, let's say y is equal to A into x minus h whole square plus k. Is it in the vertex form?
No.
Well, it is in the vertex form, right? This formula.
It is. Yeah.
So basically, what we need to find is A, H, and K value. That will be enough.
Okay.
And then plug it back in this respective positions since we know the formula. Okay?
Yeah.
We are talking about vertex form in specific. So we have understood that if we find A, H, K values, that will be ours.
Okay.
So finding A, H, K values suffice. Suffice? As we know, vertex form formula, which is y equal to a into x minus h whole square plus k. So if we are able to fill this respective spots, we'll get the final answer.
Okay.
The easiest trick is A, H and K, right? Can you guess how much will be A?
From this, the formula?
Yeah.
From standard form?
Here to here,
One.
we are going, right?
1.
So if this A is 1, can you guess what will be the value of this A?
Will it be -1?
See, A is same throughout. A is,
Okay.
so the value of A will be
1.
1. No doubt with A, right? A will
Yeah.
be same throughout. In all forms, vertex standard factored form. In all three forms, the value of A is
1.
same
Yeah.
for same equations, same quadratics. Okay.
Yeah.
This point is useful when you are trying to switch from one form to other. So this is a cheat code. So the value of A can be directly found by just by looking at the formula. So A value is 1. So out of 3 things which we need to find, we already got one answer. A.
Yeah.
Any doubts so far?
No.
See, for H, I'll tell you the formula. The value of H is minus B upon 2A. Okay. Minus B upon 2A. The value of H is minus B by 2A. This formula is important to remember. Can you guess what is the B value?
The B value would be -5.
So minus B means
-5.
negative of -5. See, minus B, right?
Yeah.
Minus B. B was
-5.
like this, right?
Okay, so it'd be +5.
Overall, it is positive 5, but denominator down, what is there still? 2 into
A.
A is.
1.
So what will be the value of H now?
H will be 5/2.
That's it. H value is 5/2. Okay. So far we have found A value and H value. Simple, right?
Yeah.
And these are, and this can go long, but I'm telling you the time saving, what do you say, techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So H value is 5/2. So now which is left is K. Okay. So K is a bit tricky. To find K, this is a trick. Put X is equal to H value. See, we know that Y is equal to this formula, right?
Yeah.
Put X is equal to what to find K?
H
What was H?
is 6.
H value is how much?
Oh, no. 5/2.
You have to put 2.5 or 5/2. X is equal to 2. 5/2. Okay.
Yeah.
Put here. How much is the value total now? Use the calculator. Tell me quick. So when you put X is equal to H, the obtained Y value is K value. This is the trick for K. So did you put it?
1 second.
So K is equal to -0.25. Now, with the how many things did we get? Did we get A value?
Yeah.
Did we also get H value?
Yeah.
What's after H value? What did we obtain?
K.
So 3 things were obtained. Is that enough? No?
Yeah.
So can you write the final formula? See, you have put this as correct, k value. What is the formula actually? Tell me the real formula.
For vertex,
The vertex only.
y equals a bracket x minus h bracket squared plus 6. Fine plus k.
K. Okay, not 6. K value is not 6.
Yeah.
We just found out that k value is 0.25, negative 0.25.
Yeah.
K is not equal to 6. Okay. So a value was what? 1, right? If you look inside,
Yeah.
so we just found a value, h value, k value. If you look inside, it is x minus h, okay?
Yeah.
So you have to remain and leave that x alone. X minus h, okay? H was,
5/2.
so x minus h. So x minus 5/2. There is a square here plus k is how much?
0.25.
Negative 0.25, right? So this is the formula. So you have to write x minus that square, x minus 5/2 ka square.
Okay.
So 1 into means same thing, right? So x minus 5/2 ka square. What will be this? Positive into negative.
Negative.
So negative
Yep. Negative 5. Negative 2.5.
0.25. So this is how we go from standard to what form?
Vertex.
Vertex form. Okay. So two forms we covered so far. Standard to factored, standard to vertex. So standard, factored, vertex. You know how to go from standard to factored, standard to vertex, right?
Yeah.
This is not necessary, factored to vertex as of now.
Okay.
Now let's backtrack it. Here to here and here to here. If we study this, syllabus will be complete for quadratics at least. And then we need to know how to draw graphs. Then we are good to go. We can move on to trigonometry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Factor to standard, let's cover this. Okay. Let us consider the previous example when you got the factored form as x minus 2, x minus 3. So this goes to standard form. This is the objective. Right now.
Yeah.
See, it is a simple because multiplication of two things. How do you multiply these two?
You would have to
Factored to standard. So basically answer is expand. So expand this, simplify. X minus 2 multiplied by x minus 3. What is the process?
to make it from factor to standard?
See, this is the factored, right?
Yeah.
So factored to standard, you have to expand. That is the answer.
Okay.
So expand means multiply. This with this, x minus 2 with x minus 3. How to do that? Multiplication.
Okay, like x2, negative x2. If you do x times x, x times negative 3, and then x times x, and then x times negative 2.
So negative 2 times x and
Negative 2 times 3, negative 3.
like that. Okay. This is called expand or multiply. So I'll write it for simplicity. Multiply. Okay. So do it. Can you tell me the answer? So first step is x into x is x square. So 2 right there above, yeah. X square. What's after that?
X times -3.
Will be
-3x.
right there. Good. Next.
X minus x again.
See, the job of x is over, right? Because we have multiplied with everything on the right.
Okay, so 3.
See, we are talking about left to right. So this job of x is done. I have to multiply with what?
-2.
-2 on the left. Left to right. So -2 is multiplied with
X. Would it be x?
See, what did you multiply?
Pardon?
You have multiplied what with what?
-2 with x.
So will be
-2x.
simple, right?
Yeah.
-2 and x. X.
Yeah.
What's next? Can you guess?
-2 times -3
This is done. So -2 times.
is +6.
Simple.
Yeah.
Do you see any like terms?
Yeah.
Why it is positive? Are you multiplying?
-2 times -3.
Is there a multiplication in between?
I would add it.
Yeah, it's negative symbol, right? Subtraction.
So I would do -2 plus -3.
Will be
So I would do -2 plus -3, right?
-3, -2.
Yeah. So
It's
if
like
I add,
-1 will be.
yeah, but like I'm saying, I would add them, right? -3, -2.
They are in the same sign, so you have to add them. But with negative sign. Negative manner. See, what is the value of -1, -1?
The positive one. -1 would be like 2. 1 plus 1.
Negative side to -2. Okay.
Okay.
What is 1 minus 1?
0.
-1 plus 1?
-1.
-1 plus 1.
0.
0, right? It's same as 1 minus 1. And
Yeah.
so -2 -3 will be
-2 -3 would be -5.
okay. -6 -2 will be
-7. No, -8.
-6 plus 2 will be
-4.
okay. Fine, right? 2
Yeah.
-6 will be
2 -6 would be -2.
negative
2.
2 and -6.
Yeah, so like okay, so it'd be -4.
Negative 4, okay.
Yeah.
So minus 8 minus 2 will be?
Minus 8 minus 2 would be minus 10.
Minus 8 plus 2 will be?
Minus 6.
Positive 8 minus 2 will be?
Um, 6.
6, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand how to do this?
Yeah.
Negative 2, negative 3. So negative 2x, negative 3x will be?
Yeah. Is that again?
Negative 2x, negative 3x.
Negative 5x.
Okay. So now look at this. What should be the answer?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Get that?
X squared.
So there is only x, okay. You are not multiplying x with x. When you multiply x into x, it will be x squared.
So it's just x.
Oh, subtraction.
Okay. Okay.
So like that, okay.
Got it.
So this is how we go from which form to which form?
Standard to no factor to standard.
So factor to standard form is also covered. Okay. So in the next class, we'll try to cover vertex to standard, and then we'll learn about graphs, and then we can move on to next chapter.